Hello, everyone, and welcome back to 4pixels. Kime and Coco are here with Buttons and Layflay from Cacophony of Games, and we are continuing the letter where we are starting off Rebecca's chapter. No one wants to say hello?
No. No hellos here.
No hellos here, and we are starting off slightly negative with Ashton for some reason.
Rip.
I can't imagine why.
I can't either.
No,
No.
of course not.
Let's see. Journal profiles new. I believe it's Layflay who is reading.
Yes, hold on. There we go, now I can see it. So we've got Rebecca Gales, birthday April 1. She's an Aries, 20 years old, height 5'5". She is small.
29.
I think it's 29.
20
Yeah.
or 29?
29.
Oh, is it 29?
Mm-hmm.
It has like a small...
Yeah, it is 29. This text is bad. I'm critiquing it now. And actually, she's not small. She's average height for a female. She's a history teacher. She's Scottish, atheist, raised...
Kirk.
Kirk? Mm.
Yeah, don't look at me.
I will
That is
put up
not-
information about what Kirk is.
Yeah, that's not a
Wikipedia
religion.
screenshot.
She's got a master's degree in education, major in European history, likes stovies, reading in the library, going to the gym, cycling and jogging, lacrosse, and lesson plans.
That's a
My-
fucking lie. I do not know a single teacher that likes lesson plans.
Yeah, my god, she's boring. Pardon the drag. Although of Scottish descent, she grew up in Luxbourne and even went to school in St. Geretti?
Geretti.
Okay. Again, this text is bad. Choose a different text, please. I'm begging you.
It's too
Her,
late.
her parents were professors of European history and Southeast Asian history at Luxbourne University. They were often busy, and that forced Rebecca to be independent early on. Yo, relatable. Surrounded by books and instilled with a love for learning, she was a star pupil and was often called a teacher's pet for it. Her passion for academics leading to a career in the industry was to be expected of her. She came out of her shell in high school years and started becoming the Spitfire she is now. Before then, Ashton was her only friend, though she found him aggravating at first. Can't imagine why.
I wonder why.
Maybe just because Ashton is a fucking aggravating person. Just overall.
Come on, guys. He only broke 15 off. Give him a break.
He only makes a routine habit of breaking into his best friend's apartment. It's fine. There's no reason why he would be aggravating. Independent and used to taking care of others, it was no surprise when she helped out the young foreigner who moves in next door. I'm guessing that's how she knew Isabella then.
Yeah. And saying it now, no, I'm not even attempting a Scottish accent, guys.
Well, it only comes out when she's angry.
Yes.
So just put on this teacher accent.
Yeah, I still haven't figured out what I wanted to do with her voice, so I'm just going to... I just read Isabella as my regular voice, so I don't know, I'll give her romance detective's voice or something.
There you go. Perfect.
Cue the LA Noir theme in the background.
This is how it begins, or so they say. With a gentle wind drifting through wide-open windows, muffled laughters and footsteps fading behind empty hallways, and the light kiss of the afternoon sun. Soon there will be a call, a crossing of thresholds into the unknown. Maybe we are off to some grand adventure, or diving into another gripping mystery.
Now this voice is perfect for how dramatic she is in her head. Holy fuck.
Yes! Rebecca reading dramatically to herself in her head all the time.
One can't really tell. For all I know, a hero might even come sweep me off my feet if I'm lucky.
That's not exactly a bad thing when you think about it.
Ooh, I like
That's an
that
interesting
sprite.
face.
But this is far from one, isn't it? A riveting tale, that is. Ah, there's Sans again.
Sans Undertale.
The mild breeze, the faint murmurs, the warm rays painting every nook and cranny a fiery hue. They are all as real as they can get. As much as I want to write a little tale out of this, I'm far from someone who can. Fleeting fancies, that's what these are, merely passing thoughts to occupy an idle mind, while waiting for another busy workday to end. Then again, maybe in another life I am one. Who knows? But at present, what I have and what I've chosen to be, well,
I won't last years here if I find teaching rowdy adolescents a tedious job, will I?
admittedly, the whole affair isn't exactly as grand or exciting as I had imagined as a child. If I weren't so stubborn and too passionate about the whole idea, I probably would have quit a long time ago. But it's always the kids that make it worthwhile, isn't it? As if in agreement, as soon as my pen slides into a neat circle against the papers I'm grading, the final bell rings. Like a dam that has opened, students begin piling out into the hallways soon after. For a short minute, I let the noise fill my ears, let my mind wander to a place far removed from all the hubbub. Solitary moments like this have come few and far between lately. Even my own home hasn't been as quiet as usually I prefer. Though in hindsight, the entire place hasn't been the same either, since Isabella moved in next door. And if her fussing over a minor code last week tells anything, I might as well throw any idea of solitude out the nearest balcony, so long as she lives nearby.
You're friends with
Wow.
Ashton. It was already gone.
Rose, I thought, fuck. Rebecca,
Wow.
I thought you liked Isabella. Jeez.
Yeah. I'm like,
She's
whoa.
just being soon. At the memory, my eyes automatically shift over the bottle sitting at the edge of my desk. A chuckle escapes from me as I reach for it.
A little ball of energy and enthusiasm. That big baby.
Mother Hen, she calls me, and then says and does the same thing right after. It's not that I'm unused to being on the receiving end of other people's worries, or I feel any sort of apprehension over her fretting. If I'm to be completely honest, it's actually amusing how someone can be childlike one minute, then acts like a responsible adult the next. But there's a dissonance there, both in her actions and words. Although she may not look it, may not say anything, may not lose her cheer, one way or another, I knows these troubles have weighed down on her lately. Her face says it all, that big numpty. If she thinks I won't notice, she's got another thing coming for her. That's how she's always been. I do understand that part, loud and clear. It's just that I'd really rather not pass another burden on to her.
Or become one myself.
Aren't I supposed to be the one taking care of them? Though I guess that's simply one of those things people eventually grow away from, once you've all started leading different lives. Not completely different, I hope. Somehow, that thought makes me feel uneasy. Thankfully, before stranger ideas can take root in my head, a faint buzzing comes from my bag, cutting through the rest of my thoughts. A small frown forms in my lips when the screen lights up, an unknown number flashes. For a long second, my thumb hovers over the answer button. Even the voice that responds, once I do accept the call, is wholly unfamiliar.
Hello?
Goodness. Finally, it connects.
That sounds like Lorraine.
What?
What?
That sounded like Lorraine.
Oh, is this when Hannah is calling her right before she opens the basement door and has her like freak out blackout?
Oh, that's probably it.
We have no idea
Maybe?
because we don't know the date.
Yeah, the date's
Well,
the
because I remember
21st.
that dialogue piece being from Hannah. Because remember, she's trying to call and
Yeah.
call and call, and it won't go through.
Yeah, I think it said it was a. No.
There is a new mark on the 28th, so it might be that.
I think this is from. Is it?
Oh yeah,
From
it's
the
from
camera.
The Last of Marianne.
Yeah.
Hmm. Well,
Didn't
let's
update
see.
last time.
Hello? Is this Miss Gales? Rebecca Gales?
Alright, didn't. Ugh.
Yes, Yes, speaking.
Oh, it's
Who
Rose.
is this?
This is probably. Yeah, this is Rose. This is probably her calling her to tell about what happened to Isabella.
Oh.
Oh, sorry. Rose Cooper, Briar Realty Corporation. Briar Realty?
My frown deepens as I straighten from my chair. Something in her tone, despite sounding remarkably friendly and light, doesn't sit quite well with me. The rigid pause that follows doesn't help ease the tension that has suddenly descended, either.
Miss Cooper? Yes. Things are a bit busy on my end. I apologize. I'm not certain if Isabella has mentioned anything before, but we're working together on a property at the moment, and... The Armengard Mansion, yes. She said something about that earlier. Is there a problem? This is about Isabella, actually.
She wastes no time relaying everything. The details she provided are, admittedly, a bit vague, but enough for me to get a gist of what happened. It isn't the bad sort I'm expecting, though. Still worrying. Especially with words panic attack and pale looking a bit sickly woven together in one foreboding sentence. But as quickly as it surfaces, I stomp down on the urge to demand answers, right there and then. Now isn't the proper time for useless questions. I'll find out soon enough, regardless. To Miss Cooper's credit, she neither hesitates nor falters throughout. There's some sort of comfort in knowing Isabella has someone like her to guide her, though not as much as I would have liked. After all, this is Isabella we're talking about. What are the chances she just said a bunch of excuses so she won't get sent home? High. Very high. Oh, she is so going to hear it this time.
You were listed as one of her emergency contacts, so I thought it'd be best you know about this. How is she? Is she doing okay? I had her take a break for now, but honestly, I'd feel better if someone were to pick her up and take her home for some rest. Anthem's a fair distance from Luxbourne. I really don't want her going off on her own. I'd do it myself, but you know how it is today. Big day. People everywhere until the open house ends. I'm really sorry to ask this of you, Miss Gales. I know you're busy. Oh, no, it's all good. I was just about to leave from work. I hope to leave early today anyway. A few minutes ahead wouldn't hurt. I can be there in a few, 30, 40 minutes tops. Is that all right? More than fine, Miss Gales, thank you. We're supposed to be here until... Oh, excuse me, one moment, please. Yes, ma'am.
The faint hum of conversation echoes from her end. It sounds as though the place is buzzing with more people than you'll expect from a regular open house. Well, duh. I was acceptable at first. The house is old, not to mention its inconvenient location in Luxbourne's outskirts. Gonna jot that down.
Septical.
Who wants to live in a place almost an hour's drive away from the comforts of the city? But from what little I hear, it appears Isabella has every right to be optimistic about this sale. If I didn't understand why she was so adamant, refusing my offer of help before, I think I do now. To some degree.
We'll be resuming the tour soon. Yes, thank you. Sorry about that. I really need to get this thing going. Lord knows how I'll salvage the situation here. It shouldn't be anything complicated, but still, clients. They can be difficult when they want to be. Anyway, just look for me when you get here, alright? I shouldn't be too hard to miss.
I'll still be alive.
No problem. Thanks for letting me know about this. Just make sure Isabella stays put, please. Heaven knows how stubborn that girl can be.
Oh, believe me, I know. Don't worry about it. I'll have a few of our staff keep an eye on her for me until you get here.
That's all I'm asking. I appreciate it.
The whole thing ends on a surprisingly pleasant note. If only the same can be said for the news she brought. I allow a brief minute to pass, to ease whatever tension has latched itself firmly to my nerves. But no matter how much I wish for it, my mind stubbornly refuses to do so. My hands are unsteady against the papers I pretend to arrange after. Lucid thoughts, every ounce of it grimmer than the other, grows with each passing second I linger. Something about the whole thing, along with the sudden unease and nagging worry, screams off. Wrong. This isn't the riveting tale I'd hoped to step into today. Even on a rush, getting everything in order before leaving takes nearly a good quarter hour. By the time I make it out of the classroom, the commotion has already died down, dwindling to mere echoes and distant laughter. From the nearby room, melodies from a rehearsing band drift freely into the air, filling the almost empty hallway with the warm, lively tunes. Any other day I'll stop, bask in the music, and enjoy what little peace it brings. Not today, however. My steps are brisk and sure as I march to Edward Hall's exit. The sooner I confirm Isabella's okay, the sooner I can shake off this niggling feeling. For one reason or another, that single call, of all possible things, has thrown everything off kilter. I'd rather this be over with as quickly as possible. So much that I nearly barrel over a student in my haste. Though, perhaps it's really the other way around. When I look down... Little Kylie, who we had forgotten is this was mentioned at the very beginning of Hannah's chapter, but this is her and Luke's goddaughter.
Oh, and she's the same one that ran into Zach.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And got possessed.
True.
When I look down, a set of eyes, bright and hopeful, stare back at me. Her arms are wrapped around my waist like a vice, and at my attention, a grin spreads over her face. Huh, that didn't have a voice.
Buenas tardes.
Hello, Kylie. You know, you aren't supposed to run into people like that.
Huh. What the heck happened to her voice? She's not speaking at all. Did it get
Check the
disabled?
option.
That is really weird.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Voice her, Kume.
Sorry, Miss Pink.
She loosens her hold on me, but not a hint of guilt or regret appears on her. If anything, it seems the remark only amused her. A smile appears on my face before I can help it, matching the one on her own.
Just remember not to do it again, all right? You could get hurt.
Oh.
You sound like my mama when
Tell me
she's
if she starts
scolding
getting voice
Rowan,
again.
Miss Pink.
Yeah, she's got it now.
Her voice is back.
I'm sure your mama only means well. I know she'll be worried sick if one of you were to get hurt. Where's your brother anyway? Aren't you two supposed to be heading home now?
Rowan said he's got some stuff he needs to do before we go. I think he's taking too long. But he promised to buy me jelly babies today. If I keep what he's doing a secret from Mama and Papa.
Jelly babies.
Any chance you'll tell Miss Pink about it?
She shakes her head, both her hands going to her mouth as if to keep a precious secret from spilling out.
I made a promise.
Ugh.
He said it's for Tia Luke.
Something is really off with her voice.
Oh, something like a gift?
Why?
Like it sounded like it was behind. They were speaking behind like a bag or something. It was kind of muffled.
That's weird. I wonder if that's a glitch.
Wonder if it's possession.
Oh no.
Also, it's the first thing I see. I googled jelly babies and I'm just like, what are these?
Tio promised to take him somewhere cool when he's old enough. Rowan's gonna prove he's a grown-up.
Oh,
God.
boy.
Uh-oh. Please don't tell me it's eating Tide Pods. Kid, that's not the way to prove you're grown up, please.
I can only imagine what horrible things Theo Luke has managed to get this kid into.
Booze.
Laughter slips
keep-
free from my lips.
Please keep Tio Luke away from the children.
The teacher in me wants to give whoever this Theo is a reprimand for bringing about this kind of behavior in children.
Yes, please do it.
Please do it.
But if both Suarez kids are so fond of him, there shouldn't be anything to worry about, yes?
Wrong.
Nope. Wrong.
All they need to worry about.
At any rate, they're nothing but well-behaved. Both Kylie and her brother. Rowan, the eldest, may have an occasional odd streak in and out of class, but their parents taught them well. I see no reason to cast any suspicion of bad behavior on them.
They mentioned Luke, so that's
I
suspicion enough.
Mhm.
That's suspicious enough on its own.
I just had a thought. We don't know how long ago the video of those kids from the school was that Marianne found. What if he's
True.
one of them?
Oh, shit.
no.
They had the Saint already uniforms, didn't they?
Yep.
Does she teach
Uh,
us Saint Shreddy or does she just
Yeah.
work?
Hold on.
Yeah, it said in the corner. She's outside already, like right now.
Oh, fuck, man.
I'm trying to remember what the kids looked like. I mean, we have one that we don't see because they're manning the camera. But
Yeah. I don't think any of them have bluish hair like this. Wait.
But at the same time, the unnatural hair colors are not. They're not anime hair colors.
No, that's true.
that's true. It's not indicative
Except
that
for
they're related.
Rebecca's.
Except for Rebecca. That's her pink hair.
Yeah.
As long as it isn't anything dangerous, all right?
It's not. Cross my heart. My drawings are a lot prettier than what he's doing anyway. Tio said so. Do you want to see? I drew one earlier at class.
Is that why you're here?
Not really. I was gonna show it to my friend first. But since it's you, I'm sure she wouldn't mind if you see it before she does.
Oh, oh no. I can't stay right now, Kylie.
Her face falls immediately after the words are out. A small part of me feels responsible for that crestfallen look, but as much as I want to stay a little longer, there's another place I need to be at right now. And frankly, another child to look after. Taking both of her hands, I kneel in front of her and muster the most rueful smile I can give. At her age, I'm quite sure she already understands what I'm about to say before they're even out. But remarkably, she doesn't look away or pout as I'm expecting her to.
I'm sorry. You know what? Rowan has a class with me on Monday around this time. Why don't you drop by again next week? After class? I'll even make sure to wait for you. It's just that I absolutely must leave now. My friend had an accident earlier, and I'm the only one she has here.
What about her mama and papa?
Her family lives really far from here, I'm afraid. Do you remember where Asia is? The southeast part? That's where they are.
Her default face is a lot more, like, sultry than I expected it to be.
Her eyes immediately light up at my question. Just like that, I know I've earned the girl's forgiveness.
Oh, just like Takako.
Who?
My friend. She said she used to live there, only just a little higher than southeast. But she hasn't come home in a long time, so she doesn't remember much about it anymore. Melody says it's weird I talked to her, but I think she's just shy. They could be good friends too! Don't you think so, Miss Pink?
Maybe if you introduce them properly, they will be.
That's what I think. Takako's just lonely. If she makes more friends, she won't be anymore. Is your friend like that too?
A little, possibly.
Oh my god, this child is precious.
To be honest, sometimes.
Is Takako the
sometimes I can't
ghost?
tell with her.
I was
That's what I'm
wondering
thinking.
that too.
I have concerns about this
Same.
girl's friend.
Same. After all, Isabella always has been the kind to hold a smile, even when things have taken a turn for the worse. 5 years and one will think it's enough to know a person.
Nope.
But when you consider it, come to think of it, all these years I've never, not even once, seen her cry. Not over a trivial matter, or even when things are tough.
Okay, you can go to her. I'll just show you my drawing next time.
Thank you. Remind me to buy you a huge glass of parfait, all right?
No, I'll get a stomachache. Takako says so. A small one is okay.
All right, that's the child reaction I expected.
She's so precious.
I'll remember that. Say hi to your friend for me.
I will. I'm sure she'd love to meet you too. See you, Miss Pink.
Ooh, nice foreshadowing.
It's not
I'll see you later, Kylie.
London Bridge is falling down.
She doesn't
falling
look
down,
back or wait for
falling
any
down.
sort of goodbye
London
from me.
Bridge is falling down.
I just want
My
Rebecca to like
family.
later on go through the student files or whatever and just notice there's no Takako in any class.
Mm-hmm. With a song and an extra spring in her step, she bounds across the corridor with as much spirit only a child her age can have. As if the conversation had never taken any downhill turn for her at all. As if there isn't a single thing to worry about in the world. Not long after, she disappears behind the door, leaving behind strains of an old, familiar rhyme lingering in the air. By the way, that song she keeps singing, and she was singing this during Zax too, is London Bridge is Falling Down.
That's hilarious.
Carefree.
That song's a bit of a horror song from everything I remember.
Unbidden.
Yeah, it's about the plague, isn't it?
No,
I know. I'm
that's-
thinking. Yeah.
Ring
the
around the
poppy one.
rosies.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's just one of those songs that, like, out of context or like out of where they're supposed to be played, are really creepy.
Yeah.
Like if you suddenly
If I
hear it
remember correctly.
late at night in a dark forest.
If I remember correctly, London Bridge is actually a song about literally the London Bridge falling down. I'll look it up.
Untroubled moments like this, I envy her. And as I resume my hurried pace, a tiny whisper at the back of my mind wishes the same can be said of myself and my own worries. And with that, we will end this episode right here. Thank you guys for joining us, and see you next time.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Give me life! If I die here, then that'll be the end of this episode. No, give me life, give me life, give me life! Oh no! Oh no! I forgot! You wanna kill. Oh jeez.